coming up right now. TikTok could actually be in your personal hands for $1 million.
Thank you, Captain Evil. Also, coming up, another state looks to ban cell phones in schools, while Florida is setting the standard.
Interesting. A little bit later on, a package thief caught twerking on a Ring camera returns to the scene of the crime.
And you'll never believe what he returns.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your host, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and this, y'all, is Daily Flash. Yeah. We got our camera crew out there. Sweet baby James, how are you? What
I'm doing
you on
great,
Facebook?
man. I'm excited, man.
All right.
You know, I got us all over the place today.
We got
He's-
Nick,
he's
Will,
everywhere.
and Braden.
We
behind
got
the
them all
camera.
there, and straight from the Home Depot parking lot, Matt Doolittle.
I'm a Lowe's man. I'm a Lowe's man.
Well,
Yeah,
we
Lowe's.
got you at Home Depot coming in. You waved me down.
I did have to do some home maintenance, and it came into true effect that I told my wife when we got married that, hey, babe, I can fix the Wi-Fi, but not the drywall. And I tried to fix some drywall, and it was a disaster.
That's
and we
when
had
I
to
picked
call.
him up. I go, any of y'all know Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I can do that. But as far as any home maintenance stuff,
Matt, I was just talking to you
With his tool belt.
with his tool belt on.
weird that he
Impressive.
picked me up in a Prius.
Yeah,
very-
the Prius.
Well, see, there's a little something there.
That's
you
the
know.
wife's car, by the way.
Okay.
That,
Uh-huh.
it's much better on gas.
With
than
your
that.
picture and website on the back on a sticker.
You know what's the weirdest thing? I was at a stop, we were driving somewhere, and somebody sent me a text, and it was the back of my car. And they go, hey, I'm right behind you. And they knew it was me because it said MitchEnglish.com.
No way.
It was really a weird, I was like,
Did you
that's-
know this person?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah,
God.
yeah. I knew who the person was.
Imagine
That was
somebody-
even weirder.
And,
Yeah.
hey.
I went to your website.
Okay, have you heard about this flight attendant that got fired for twerking at work?
Like twerking?
Twerking. She
No.
captioned it NSFT, not safe for twerk. Alaska Airlines flight attendant fired for twerking on the plane while waiting for the captain to arrive. She's in her uniform. She's on the plane. She captioned the clip on social media, ghetto, beep, till I die. Don't let the uniform fool you.
Yeah.
Then, after she got a lot of blowback, she reposted the video with a new caption, what's wrong with a little twerk before work?
And now
People-
she's a millionaire on OnlyFans.
Probably.
People act like they never did that before. Well, she's since been fired because she was not supposed to do that. Obviously makes her look bad on the job. And you'll be shocked to hear this. She set up a GoFundMe after being fired.
And she'll probably more than likely make all kinds of cash.
Probably.
And it's sweet baby James's future baby mama.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I got to do some research on this. We'll probably have her on the show
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You just want free
make a call.
flights.
There you go. Yeah, free rides.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the Alaska side of this. It's like, number one, you say ghetto ghetto blank till you die.
Yeah.
You're a representative of the
Exactly.
company. So, all right, and you go, all right, there's different lifestyles and that sort of thing that comes with this job. Totally get it. But then if you come and say something to me, now I know, oh, you're going to come at me ghetto. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or I
Yeah.
could say, or you're on, I could say there's been a preponderance of evidence, if you will, that
Yes.
you are acting this way and not a good representative. And so I'm going to believe the customer over you because you're being aggressive.
Yeah.
More or less.
Well, the fact is, she did this in uniform.
And uniform is another thing.
on the plane, waiting for passengers and the captain to arrive. It's one thing if she did this at home, in her apartment, in her
Yeah.
own clothes, right?
totally agree with you.
Different thing.
Yeah.
Now, if it's
But-
Spirit, they'd charge you $100 to watch it.
It's actually in the back, yeah.
That's true.
It's yeah. You got to go around the pole to get to the bathroom in the
Technically, she's not working until the doors close. So she's not really on the job.
She is in
according to the
uniform.
rule.
We'll give them that.
Yeah, she could have blocked the uniform.
She is
but
in uniform and she is on the plane.
So-
I'm just trying to make up an excuse for it.
James at his defense. I totally get that.
James has already got her on speed dial.
She's not flying
surprise me.
anywhere. She's going to be home for a
Yeah,
while.
she's
so-
unemployed
go.
at the moment.
All right, we'd love to know what you think about this. Go to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Should you have been fired, you can hit the sound off button, and it sends us an email. Let's jump into the show. Hey, listen, if you missed that TikTok train, you could actually still be on board, but it's going to cost you. Now, we're talking about actually getting TikTok right now. Video sharing platform actually disappeared from the app stores, but then it returned. on some. And for smartphone users who deleted TikTok, they can't reinstall it because it's gone from the App Store. So some iPhone owners are selling their devices on eBay with the app already on it, still loaded. Now you go, all right, well, you buy yourself a phone. However, the two that were sold were being listed for $10,000.
I got that right here. Who want it?
James, I'll give you this for 10 grand.
I got it right here.
If you want it, and it's a double screen.
It's a double screen, James. The TikTok-enabled iPhones actually range from about $100 to $35,000. One seller has listed their iPhone 15 for $5 million.
Come on.
Doesn't mean he's going to get it.
No.
But it actually remains unclear when TikTok is actually going to return to the Apple stores and Google stores as well. So we figure it out because we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
This is only a temporary hold on keeping them still active. If
Yeah.
you still have it on your phone, you're fine. You just can't download it if you get a new phone or maybe if you want to try the service out altogether.
And you can also do Instagram Reels or
There's
Facebook.
so many
There
other-
are so many others.
If you really
need to share your life on video, on social media, there are plenty of other platforms to go to. I think that a lot of people still don't understand the security issues behind TikTok on your phone, and that TikTok is owned by the Chinese government.
You do not read the EULAs, right?
No, and they have access. Once you load that thing onto your phone, they have access to everything on your phone.
And not like secretly. You gave them permission to do it.
Yes.
You're like saying, hey, yeah, you can listen to me. They can be listening right now.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of apps that have the same thing.
This is true.
So you give access. A lot of people don't read the fine print, so they're
Yes.
listening to you so they can advertise to you at all times.
Yes.
So it is what it is. I'm part of the Chinese government now.
You are.
Yeah.
So China can get all my spam emails while we're at it?
Yeah, that's it. You
Here's
can
the
have
thing:
it.
advertising is one thing, but being able to maybe manipulate your feeds, decide what it is that you're seeing, what you're not seeing, and another thing in China, TikTok is used for educational purposes, history, and messages from the government.
100%.
It has nothing to do with eating Tide Pods and showing off 4 feet long fingernails. It's like the dumbing down of America. It's like
laughing
psyops
at
beyond
us.
psyops.
They laugh.
Yes.
The Chinese is
They're,
laughing at
they
us.
are. They're like, these people are such idiots. I know. Let's do the Tide Pod challenge and see how many kids we can kill.
Yeah, that's- well,
That's what brings people to the TikTok. Anyway, check out dailyflash.tv. The idiots that are on there, we'll show you some videos
It's
that
sort of
James
like,
is putting up there.
It's
right
like the modern day carnival freak show. If you think about
TikTok.
it. TikTok.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but people are making money off of it. I think that's why those phones went for so much money.
Right.
Because that's some
I
people's
gotcha.
business.
you do make more money on TikTok than you do any other platform right now.
Thank you.
They make it easy for you to do that. I think the irony is that no one knows how much time is left for it, and it's
Yeah.
called TikTok.
That's
Right?
a good
Boom.
point. Yeah. Beautiful. Well, speaking of cell phones, students in New York might have to give up their cell phones during school hours starting next fall. The Empire State is following in Florida's footsteps and banning cell phone use while students are in class. At least 8 states have created new laws banning or restricting cell phone use in schools. New York lawmakers say students should be focused on learning,
Yep.
not distracted by their phones. Cell phone restrictions elsewhere have often run into opposition from parents who argue that they need to be able to reach their kids during emergency situations. I saw one of the reps from New York on one of the talk shows talking about this. He was absolutely 100% in favor of this. He goes, I walked into a school lunchroom, and the school lunchroom used to be the epitome of socializing. Every single kid was buried in their phone, not talking to anybody. And he said, as for the parents being concerned about safety issues, how safe is your kid if they're fumbling to try and find their phone while something, dire is happening? They shouldn't be focused on a phone. They should be focused on their own safety.
100%.
And I
I
thought,
agree
well,
with
that's a really good point.
I also think that there was a whole, actually 2, 3, maybe 5 generations before you that
Yes.
actually had no problem not having a phone
Yeah.
at school. Here's what you need to do if you're that concerned as a parent. You write down your kid's schedule. From this point to this point, they're in this class.
Yes.
Okay? And if you need to get a hold of them, say, hey,
You
Enzo
call the
is
school.
in school. Right now, I could tell you he's in Mrs. Smith's class,
Yeah.
right, yada, yada. If you need to know, if it's
Right.
that important to you. Second thing is, I did I was a substitute teacher for a while. I'm telling you, it's a completely different. I've been in some classrooms where there was zero phone use. Totally different atmosphere altogether. But there was also times where they could have their phones to listen to music.
Yeah.
That it was a great atmosphere, because they got a little bit of that freedom to understand. It's like we're not trying to take it away from you.
Yeah.
It's just that it's a distraction.
And if parents want to track their kids, AirTags. That's
An
what a lot
AirTag.
of parents do. Just put it in their
There you go.
backpack,
That's a
or
good
have
point.
them put it in their wallet or something like that. And that solves it.
Well, then everybody else says there's a iTag following you around. Like
yeah.
if you had one, mine would say that.
Oh, that is true.
But hey, yeah, you're at school, so keep that in mind.
I just think, for any parent, God forbid you're in that situation where something is happening at your school, how will a phone call make things any
That's a
easier
very
for
good
you?
point. Very good point.
If anything, I think it would probably make it worse.
We have got parenting expert Catherine Sellery.
Yes.
She's coming up just a little bit later on, talking about school, the mid-year school year slump, which we'll talk about. All that's coming up. She's so awesome. We'll be back right after this. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. As we move into the hood, we're talking about the parenthood, and we get our way through late January. A lot of families are now finding themselves actually kind of navigating the mid-school year slump. So joining us now with some tips on how to keep kids staying motivated as well as emotionally balanced is our favorite parenting expert, Catherine Sellery. Hello there, Catherine.
Great to be here, Mitch.
We love having you on, and I am experiencing this right now. Is that there's a groove that kids get into. They at least my 13-year-old, he starts going, and he knows he's got to get up and do this, and now he's into motion. Well, sometimes those motions that he does, some things get left off, and we're halfway through the school year here, and you've got some tips for us that are actually going to help me keep my 13, 14-year-old ready to rock and roll, but all those that are watching as well. So give us some of those tips for mid-school year resetting. What do we need to do?
So it is a little tough after the holiday lull. They
That's
need some
true.
help reconnecting, with that natural curiosity. So encourage the intrinsic motivation by focusing on their passions and interests. So, for example, if they're drawn to science, explore those hands-on activities like building small experiments at home. Encourage conversations that spark reflection like, hey, what part of school makes you feel excited? And what would you like to learn more about this year? Celebrate effort and curiosity rather than outcomes, saying things like, I noticed how you kept trying when it was challenging. That amazing persistence. So these are the outcomes that, are not, or these are the conversations that are the affirmations and not focused on outcomes.
Yeah.
So it connects into intrinsic interest.
Yes, and I love that you said it that way, because a lot of times, like, how was school? Fine, they don't have to think. But if you ask it the way you just had mentioned, is like, I really appreciate you did that. It's going to be self-discovery, but also be thinking like, what did I do? And actually, I could see how that works well. And you can use that anywhere, work or wherever. I love that tip.
Anyone, anywhere. Yeah.
Fatigue is another big thing that happens for kids because, they get loaded down with homework and, again, getting restarted after the holidays. But there's other fatigues we have to worry about, right?
So, both you and your kids can get emotionally drained. So recognize the signs like frustration, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and introduce something fun and restorative practices to reset. So something fun to get the kids excited, like a family game night, time for activities they really love. And with excitement that you're introducing, incorporate calming things too into the day, like a quiet reading corner or post-dinner relaxation rituals, which can provide a space for decompression too. So to relieve stress and nervous energy, start something like the balloon breathing, pretending to inflate and deflate that imaginary balloon with slow breaths or guided body scans. So, try it now.
I need to do it. I like the balloon idea. That's a good idea.
Right? Just simple.
I know you mentioned fatigue, and this is the time of year where they have figured out they want to play football, or if they want to play whatever sport they're in. Enzo is big in crew, which, by the way, they won state, which was awesome. I'm very proud of him.
Wow!
It was a really big deal. But there's a lot of those things that they have to come around, and I would imagine this is about the time of the year where, like, okay, I know that the end is coming soon as far as the school year goes, and maybe he's going to be moving up to high school. There's a lot of stress on that. How important is it to still keep them busy so they can have that decompression time? Is there a good balance? Is it a good time to do an inventory of as far as balances go?
Well, I think it's important, that you just keep strengthening the family bonds and using sort of simple rituals to support them and you all staying connected. So rituals create a sense of stability, especially during the busy times. So Weekly traditions like Sunday pancake breakfasts, arts and crafts Saturday nights where everybody pitches in, nightly gratitude circles where every family member shares a highlight of their day. These strengthen relationships, foster communication, offer predictable routine that helps kids feel grounded amid the chaos of school and extracurriculars. I mean, my kids are older and we still do like game nights if everybody's in town. They love these things. They become part of your, fabric of your family.
And that's what when they think of memories, that's what they will go back on.
They
might
do.
not remember
They
who
remember
won
all
the game.
those things.
Yeah. They might not remember
They
who.
may not be able to predict everything else in their life, but
Yeah.
they know that there's going to be game night or pancake morning or something that's predictable.
And do you feel that, I imagine you do, how does that build a connection and balance for the kid and the remainder of the family? Does it help out tremendously by doing that? I would imagine so.
Oh, it's amazing. Everybody just comes together and that's their time for connection. And it's not a time for lectures or it's not a time for teachable moments. It's truly just a time for being with friends and family and joyfulness. And, I think I would just add the self-care piece too, because we get overwhelmed as well. So show your kids the importance of managing stress by modeling self-care.
Okay.
So if you're overwhelmed, you know what? So are they. Try sharing a yoga session, cooking a family meal together, stepping outside for a mindful walk. Start that mindful minute practice where you and your kids close your eyes, take a deep breath, reflect on a positive thing about the day, and it reinforces emotional regulation.
Now,
demonstrates self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for everybody.
And I love that idea of just closing your eyes and driving. If you really want the kid to remember it, do it while you're driving. It works magnetic. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's why we have Catherine on the show. That's why we have Catherine on. She gives the great advice. I learn from you so much. I always appreciate what you have to say as well. And of course, if you want to find out more information on all the things that Catherine talks about and so much more, and learning about how to live in the parenthood, you can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, or just visit freeparentingbook.com. There you can find that and so much more. Catherine Sellery, of course, it is the mid-school year slump that we're trying to get you through, and we appreciate you being on the show. We still got more Flash coming up right around the corner here. Don't you go anywhere. We love having you along. If you do, well, we'll be a little upset, and we don't want that to happen at all. Our website, dailyflashshow.com. Stick around. We got more right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Mitch English. Thursday, that means it's time for us to check out Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Streaming on most VOD platforms is the military action film Sniper: The Last Stand.
Sergeant Brandon Beckett.
I was sent because officially the CIA can't be involved.
Not on this one.
What do you say handpicked individuals from agencies all over the world?
We're foreigners in a hostile land. Tomorrow we remove a threat to humanity.
The Death Broker, weapons designer operating here in Costa Verde.
We complete the mission whether we live or die.
Let's get to work.
In the 11th film in the Sniper franchise, Brandon Beckett is deployed to lead a group of elite soldiers to stop an arms dealer from activating a deadly superweapon. I chatted with the film's star, Chad Michael Collins.
They really strove to get back to some hardcore action in this. A lot of bodies dropping. Yeah. I won't give exact number, but let's just say don't play a drinking game every time someone hits the deck on this movie, because I don't think you last the first 20 minutes if you do that. So really grounded, very, very intense, and a lot of explosions and big booms and shots and fisticuffs and everything too. Pretty nonstop action, even by our pretty high standards. We definitely raised the bar again on this one.
Sniper: The Last Stand is a gritty action film, upping the body count from the last Sniper movie. If you're a fan of military action films, this one won't disappoint. Again, it's streaming on most VOD services and gets a B. It's not rated. Streaming on HBO Max is the medical drama series, The Pit. It stars Noah Wyle.
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
This is
Systolic only 80, 14
Alex, you've lost a lot of blood. You need to go to surgery right away.
Am I gonna die?
Not now that I'm here.
Easy, easy.
I'm in.
Good, well done.
That was awesome.
Is it always this busy?
No, it gets a lot busier.
The series focuses on the daily lives of healthcare professionals in a Pittsburgh hospital as they juggle workplace politics and the emotional toll of treating critically ill patients.
This is different than a lot of TV shows in terms of when you're writing it, because of its real-time structure, you have to know everything before you start. There's no really way to figure out the story as you're going along because you've sold an entire concept. So we had to have a set built way earlier than normal because we had to write to that specific set, so we knew how long it took to get from point A to point B. And we really had to have a good grasp on these characters. And Robbie's the center of the wheel, so he had to be defined first in a lot of ways.
Impressive camera work and acting combine to make this an intriguing and addicting series. Again, it's streaming on Max and gets an A. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey now, welcome to your Daily Digits. Well, your first number today is a cool $14 million, and that could get you a piece of automotive history. A 1959 Ferrari Spider Comparizione, I did a fancy Italian there, is set to hit the auction block in Florida. The model is regarded as one of the most coveted Ferraris ever built. Past celebrity owners include James Coburn and Ralph Lauren. Although, much like a lot of Ralph Lauren's clothes, I doubt you'll be able to pick this one up at Ross for 14 bucks. All right, your next number today is 1,500. You Shake Shackers can now rejoice because you can have another one of the 1,500 burger joints coming to your part of the country. Shake Shack is planning to triple its footprint with a drive-through model. Now, at this rate, they'll be popping up faster than your arteries can clog after one of those double cheeseburgers. Ka-chow. And your final number today is 19 million. That's how many of you decided to add Netflix and chill to your to-do list at the end of last year. Netflix shattered records by adding a 19 million subscribers and reaching a global audience of more than 300 million. The holiday thriller Carry On and the slap fight known as the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, if you want to call it that, were big draws. They also added 2 NFL games on Christmas Day. Things are looking up for the 2025. Well, they added the WWE catalog as well. Now, Netflix is like that friend who always brags about their accomplishments. Hey, 300 million subscribers, record-breaking streams, but still can't figure out how to stop asking you, are you still watching? Because that annoys me like crazy. Right, Mitch?
They altered it just a little bit to where you could say, press this button and we'll never ask you again while you're watching this. I can appreciate that. Everything that you just talked about is awesome, great for Netflix. The fact that they just raised their prices up again is paying for all of that. So just know, where people wanted to cut the cord, it's now more expensive. They done some research to have all these different ones just so you can get all that programming. So interesting stuff there, Matt. Thanks for those Daily Digits. We got more Flash coming up around the corner.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
And it's a Thursday. We always like to have fun on Thursday. We're going to do a little bit of find out what's coming out on the tube as well as in the theaters as well. Okay, we heard that the mass of water near Florida and Texas and everything is going to be renamed to Gulf of America.
Woo!
Are you guys heard about
Yeah!
America.
Go America.
How controversial is this, right?
Not really.
I mean, people are up in arms. You're just saying, all right, you can call it whatever you want. However, did you know that this is not the first Gulf of America?
Really?
Yeah, there was actually another Gulf of America, and I'm not making this up, and you will have no idea.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
There's no punchline. I swear, this is a real story. Is that, and you'll never believe what country it was in. Take a wild guess where the Gulf of America was at.
Russia.
You're right on.
No
yes,
way.
there was. So it's in Russia. It was. I got to give you the names right. It's Nahutka Gulf. It's been historically called the Gulf of America. Here's where the name came from. A captain went through back in 1858. The governor general, his name was Nikolai because he's Russian.
Of course,
It has
Nikolai.
to be Nikolai Muravov, Mursky. Anyway, he was cruising along and he found this bay. And he went in there and he said, "Oh, this is cool." So he tracked it and he said, "All right, I need you to make a map of this area." The ship that he was on was a Corvette warship, and it was called America with a K. So it was the warship America. Okay. So he called it the Gulf of America. And so it was called that up until 1972 when they go, well, we should probably not call it Gulf of America anymore. And they changed it to what I just said, the Nahutka Gulf. So now some people still call it that. Just like Mexico says, you can call it whatever you want. We're still going to call it Gulf of Mexico.
But did you see that Google's changed the name?
Google has, the Coast Guard has, state of Florida has.
Yeah.
Here's what about this is that in Mexico, there's a Gulf of California. I wonder if they're going to go, all right, fine, we're just going to change this to something we want.
Gulf of Guadalajara.
Remember the good old days when you just found something and named it after yourself?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, like
America.
Yeah.
I call
Trump
it
Tower, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why they you guys heard me talk about this. Why they give it to Gilligan? He's the one that screwed it up. Don't get me started on Gilligan. Watch the beginning of that show. It says
Gilligan's Failure.
Mighty Skipper Man, who was afraid of everything. His skipper too, and
the millionaire,
and the star,
and
then watch the beginning of
the
it.
movie star.
There are 7 people on the boat.
Marianne.
7
people?
Count 'em. Somebody gets knocked off. So keep that in mind.
Really? That would make a terrific movie.
Go watch the beginning of it and count how many people are on the boat.
Was it
And
one of
there's
the
one too many.
Globetrotters?
There's one too many.
They ate them?
They ate him.
Cannibals.
Cannibals.
Why'd we call it Gilligan's Island?
How did the skipper never lose? How did the skipper never lose a pound?
That is true.
I never understood that.
Coconut cream pies, man.
Yeah, well, because the professor kept making all those inventions and the automatic cocktail server, and Marianne
made all
pies.
the coconut.
Well, a package that you caught working on camera.
Talking about Gilligan's Island.
That
was me. I know.
Great. This package thief was caught working on camera while stealing a delivery. He ended up returning to the scene of the crime. Take a look at this video here. So, New Jersey police officers posted the video of the ring cam on their Facebook page in order to catch the guy, right? The footage captures 2 masked men in hoodies running to the home. One suspect grabs a package from the front stoop as the other bent over, twerked in front of the camera before running away. So the homeowner posted the video in hopes of identifying the box bandits. The suspects then returned and flashed the video of the theft in front of a neighbor's security camera. One suspect can be heard saying, "Come on, dude, not cool, bro. Come on, not cool," for them posting the video. They returned the stolen item on the front stoop before taking off.
All right. Well, they realized we could probably get in trouble.
Yeah.
But
can't they still get in trouble?
It seems like they stole something.
They stole something.
They brought it back. I imagine the police.
So
would
their
say,
feelings were hurt because they were caught on camera twerking and they posted the video. And so it's like this crazy meta thing that just makes zero sense.
He looked pretty stiff. I don't know if you want to consider that twerking.
It wasn't really good twerking. You can tell it was a white guy first.
Yeah.
We don't even need to look. It's a white guy because they can't dance.
He needs to call the flight attendant.
Yeah, put them all together. Nice wrap around there.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. We're going to check in. Matt, what are you talking about doing it quickly?
So I got to go to the PGA merchandise show, so we're looking at some of the new innovations in golf carts and talking to a veteran about golf.
We got more Flash. Stick around.
Hey kids, welcome to this edition of Doing It. Well, this time I hit the greens, the showroom at the PGA merchandise show. By the way, that's real size Mitch English back there. PGA merchandise show right here in sunny Orlando, and let me tell you, I saw some game changers. First up, I met the folks behind the autonomous golf carts, so if you're around the villages, you can just, have your vodka delivered to you. But it wasn't all tech and gadgets. I also had the chance to chat with a veteran who shared a powerful story about how golf is more than just a game. It's a lifeline that's truly changing lives. So grab your clubs or maybe just a snack, and let's dive into what's swinging at the PGA show. All All right, we're here at the PGA show. We are checking out some of the biggest innovations coming out in golf carts. And Peter, can you tell us a little more about this one?
Yeah, so we're a manufacturer out of Spain, and we're introducing into the golf cart industry autonomous system, also a connected system. So for us, as a manufacturer, we're able to work with our partner and bring these carts to the market and take really what you have in your car today and put it, not only that, go into agriculture, people with disabilities, getting more mobility for them, coming to college universities. There's so many different places that autonomous would work that you can't get to with a car or a van. Now we can put it into a golf cart, a work vehicle. It's endless.
And what sets you guys apart is you're kind of coming from a car side rather than just a golf cart side, right?
Exactly. We're an automotive manufacturer globally, so we have plants across the country. We have the quality, we have the expertise, we have the structure. We follow all the guidelines that are out there for automotive parts, and now we're bringing that to an industry. So we're not a reseller, we're not a distributor, we're actually a manufacturer working together with a partner to bring this to the market.
I got one of the. Why do you have our audio guy in the back seat? Why aren't you supposed to be running stuff? Yeah, go get back in there. That's why the sound's so bad.
So basically, what we do is we hold local tournaments, state championships, regional championships, and also national championships for veterans and their family members. So basically, what we do is we go around to different golf courses and then we explain to them our organization, and we try to work a rate with that golf course to where it's affordable for a lot of our veterans, because some of them are living on fixed income and they're just, not able to pay the high prices that we have in Florida. So what we try to do is get a rate that's more affordable for the members. And then once that's done, we'll post on our website, we post on social media, we advertise these events, and then members just go to our website and they sign up for an event, and then they compete against other members in their playing ability. They can go to vgagolf.org. That's Victor Golf Alpha, Golf Oscar Lima Foxtrot at vgagolf.org.
So yeah, the big integration there with the veterans and everything, it's great to see that they have these outlets to go out and be amongst themselves. But the biggest thing there for me was seeing it go from a huge tech show of golf to now it's down to like just the golf carts. Mitch, you were at CES a couple weeks ago in Vegas. What was like the golf cart integration there like also?
Well, that was one of the biggest things they were talking about is these self-autonomous golf carts that you could be able to go from one hole to the other, mainly just taking your carts around. So it's always interesting to see there. Where it's going to be beyond what the game is just ways that actually make the time that you're out on the field a little bit better. And sports has always not been a big, huge thing at CES, but you can see it could help.
Well, you can see them integrating it and all the AI stuff you can see is going all around in every part of the game. And it's just a huge show that we have here. It takes over, if you guys know anything about our convention center, it takes up one whole side of it. So it's a big, big
Well,
event.
Florida has the most golf courts around. Matt, thank you so much. Many of us like to revisit our finances in the new year, and our savings account are a great place to start. Financial expert Andrew Kajeski joins us with advice on setting new financial goals.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Andrew, first off, how can people actually get a jump start?
Listen, there are a lot of people today who have been using the same bank, the same checking and savings account for years. But there's no better time than now to actually reconsider where you're holding your money. And that's because the average savings account in the US today, it's yielding less than 0.5%. That means you're getting less than $5 a year for every $1,000 that you're saving. Now, the good news, Matt, is that there are better and higher yielding offers out there, including Vanguard's new Cash Plus account. The good news is also that it's never been easier to move your money and switch accounts.
Well, tell us, how can the Vanguard Cash Plus account actually help more people actually reach their savings goals?
Cash Plus is yielding 8 times more than the average savings account in the US today. It's currently yielding 3.65%. That means you're getting over $30 more per year for every $1,000 that you're saving. Now, on top of a higher rate, clients can expect that they're going to get features much like they would get from their bank from Cash Plus. Things like FDIC insurance, the ability to easily move money, pay bills, set up direct deposit, even link it to services like PayPal and Venmo.
Folks out there are interested, where can they go for more info?
People can go to vanguard.com/cashplus to learn more and open up an account.
Thanks for joining us. We'll make sure we post this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Do you find yourself in a daily struggle with your kids when it comes to brushing their teeth? Well, here's Dr. Christina Carter with some insight. Welcome, Dr. Carter.
Thanks for having me today. So some of the challenges we find is that brushing teeth is not an innate motion, and it's not always easy to have your child cooperate, to touch all the teeth, to get all the different spots that need to be cleaned, and to do it for a long enough time. The Willow toothbrush takes away all of those variables and makes everything super easy. It's a fully automated system that includes 34,000 bristles, toothpaste, and it touches all of those teeth in all the hard to reach areas. It is 7 times more effective at removing plaque, that cavity forming bacteria from the teeth, than your regular manual toothbrush. You hit one button and it's already set for the amount of time, and all those bristles move around and keep those teeth clean. You do it for a minute on top. You hit that button and hold it on the top teeth, and then after a minute, the toothbrush will stop. Then you flip it over, place it on the bottom teeth, hit that button again, set it and forget it. And you have 3 flavors to pick from. You have a bubble gum, you have a mild mint, and you have a berry flavored. And these are children tested and children approved. It's the perfect toothbrush for children 5 through 13. It's also connected to your smartphone. So we motivate children with rewards. We have a report that your child is doing it, so there's no more nagging, you know. You get cleaner teeth, healthier kids, happier children, and a happier home. So you can go to the Willow website, willow.com, or Amazon in the spring. And right now we're having a fabulous introductory offer. So not only do you have the best way to keep teeth clean in a happy house, but you get to save money. So it's a win-win for all.
Well, new research reveals that 61% of people are financially stressed heading into 2025. Consumer trends expert Marissa Kazem joins us with the results of a recent Intuit study on financial wellness.
So as an Intuit consumer trends expert, part of my job is really understanding how people are thinking and feeling about money. And financial wellness is really about making your money work for you and putting your mind at ease. So just the way we approach a gym routine or a self-care routine at home, approaching finances in a similar way consistently with a routine is key. We know that the top financial stressors for people in this day and age include housing, with our respondents in our survey saying 76% of them that rising rent costs are really pinching at their pockets. In addition to that, job insecurity. Nearly half of the respondents in our survey said job insecurity is really starting to financially stress them out. There's also everyday expenses. Goods at the local superstore are costing more than people are used to, and it's really starting to financially take a toll on them. Then we have to account for emergencies. Sometimes there's a medical bill we weren't expecting or an auto repair bill. A lot of people are still dealing with student loan debt. So these are all the reasons why having a healthy financial wellness routine in place is prime. When people talk to me about feeling financial stress, I like to give them 3 approachable and simple tips. The first one is creating a money date for yourself. Date your money. I call them Financial Fridays. So whether you're reviewing your statements and your credit card bills on a monthly or a weekly cadence, I go and I look and I say, okay, does everything look in tip-top shape? Do I recognize these charges? Are there any charges that I'm not recognizing? Am I overspending? Are there subscriptions that I can let go of for services I'm no longer using? These are ways to keep yourself in check and more comfortable with looking at your finances on a regular basis. The second thing is saving. Save, save, save. We've been hearing about saving our whole lives, but Creating an emergency fund for yourself for rainy days, even putting away $5 to $10 a month, can really add up over time and be available to you when you need it the most. Third, and finally, 66% of respondents in our survey talked about side hustles. We're in a multiple gigs economy, and there's so much technology accessible at our fingertips so that if we want to supplement our income, maybe we're, driving Uber on the weekends or doing a friend's hair. Maybe we're selling goods and crafts we make at the local supermarket. These are ways to supplement your income when you need it the most. And for folks looking to create a healthy financial wellness routine for themselves, they can mosey on over to the Intuit blog at intuit.com for more information.
Thanks for all that great info. We'll have it on our website at dailyflashshow.com. More Flash right after this.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. It was the crime of the century and the hunt for the truth. It is the latest Netflix must-watch series, American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson.
I'll let the girl. This is AC. I have O.J. in the car. I'm coming up the freeway.
They are certain that O.J. is in the passenger seat.
Mr. Simpson is a wanted murder suspect.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. is in custody. This was a trial involving the most famous celebrity ever charged with murder.
Going nuts. Gonna beat the shit out of you.
My brother was returning Nicole's glasses and was slaughtered to death.
I was the last person that saw O.J. before the murders.
There was more evidence than I had ever seen in my life.
A lot of witnesses didn't testify.
I recognized his voice.
I witnessed him discarding the murder weapon.
I've seen a lot of the evidence ignored.
Nobody could anticipate what would happen next.
Detective Furman, did you plant any evidence in this case? Have you ever falsified a police report?
This is a bombshell.
It was extraordinary.
And it was a disaster.
We had no idea how big this was.
We had one of the most important items of evidence in this case.
Remember these words. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
This is the most talked about murder case in American history.
The trial went on for months and months. The jury didn't even deliberate for one day.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson.
Justice can be different things to different people.
Interesting. Something I had just learned that night, it was one of the highest pizza delivery nights with O.J. Simpson because nobody wanted to leave their TV because they wanted to see what happened.
I remember watching that live.
Yeah,
Right?
me too.
Yeah. That does it for the show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.